please make sure that you guys are saving your money. This is the most important thing that I can tell anybody, even if you're not even younger than me. You're like, oh, what's this 22-year-old know about saving bread or finances or any of that shit? I've been through it. I've spent a lot of money. I've saved a lot of money. Although I'm 22, I have a lot of knowledge in this space. I do a lot of research. This is things that I enjoy. Besides fashion and other things, this is something that I really, really enjoy. How to double my money in better ways. How to invest in different ways. How to just save my money and, calculate how much I'm going to need to save up for this item or what stocks to put my money in. Although I'm a beginner, I'd say, I feel like I know more than the average Joe. When I say save your money, do not just save to save, right? Because you'll never actually get rich by saving money. Technically, you can't, just save $1 million in a couple years, unless you're making $500,000, or $200,000 a year. Yeah, you could save $1 million. But if you're a person working, which is majority of the people, right? You're making 35 to, let's say, 80,000 a year. To me, a lot harder to save to $1 million. When you're maybe not living at home and you got rent, you got food, you got other expenses like your car payment, which that's another thing. If you guys have a car payment and you're struggling and you're living paid to paycheck, we'll get into that. Nonetheless, whatever amount of money that you're making, you need to live below your means, right? So, for example, let's say I make $100,000 a year. I should not have a $50,000 car paying, $500 to $600 a month on that car. It makes no sense. It's the dumbest decision ever. If you can't buy 3 of the cars, you shouldn't have it at all, right? My net worth is a little north of $250,000 at 22 years old, which is, really good. Not where I want to be, but I'm proud of where I'm at. My car costed me $9,000 in cash. All right, it's a 2016 Honda Civic. It has 50,000 miles on it. It's perfect. It gets for me where I need to be. Nothing is wrong with it. I put $1,500 in the inside, put leather inside, so it's got good seats. 30 miles per gallon, $40 to fill up the tank. Like, it's all I need, right? Could I buy, my dream car? Could I get an M3 competition? Yes, of course I can get that. But why would I? Why would I put myself in that situation? I'm still living at home. How about I get a crib? How about I get an apartment and move out the house and level up, right? I wouldn't say friends, but, I know a lot of people in this industry who fake it till they make it, and they don't actually have that money, and they're flexing with the things that they have, materialistic things that actually in the end don't actually fucking matter. And you will see that, but you won't know their finances. All you see is, the C8 Corvette, and all you see is the Urus, the rented Urus, and you see it and you're like, okay, well, these people are my age, so why can't I get it, and it fucks with you, it messed with me when I was younger, still messes with me a little bit today, but now I'm, learning that it's not mostly real. Like, yeah, you're gonna have those kids that actually got that bread like that, don't get me wrong, but majority, it's not real, it's not legit. And if it is legit, right, let's say they are let's say they are paying that car, most of them can't really actually afford it, right? They're paying $800 on a car payment, but they make $2,000 a month. That shit is crazy, right? I have no car payment, no monthly, nothing, just insurance. I don't got nothing, and that's a blessing on me, right? I've gone through a bunch of cars. I've had a Tacoma at a $500 car payment. I've had a BMW at a $550 car payment. I've been through a Kia, a BMW, 2 BMWs, a pickup truck, and no car has gave me the amount of freedom and stress relief than this $9,000 piece of shit Honda Civic. Why? Because I can get to where I need to go. It gets me there. It's clean, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm happy, right? I don't care what people think of me driving that car. Did I? Of course. You know how hard it was for me to, get rid of my 2020 brand new BMW 330i, blacked out with the rims. I did all that shit, but I was paying $500 a month on a car payment and a $75 fill up. For what? So I can have a little more speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got it, you got it, bro. But this is majority. This is for y'all. This is for people who are in this position, right? You're like, oh, I don't know if I should get that car because I want to have a little more fun, blah blah. Hey, if you can afford it, go for it, man. But majority of you gotta give yourself some room, right? That's what I feel like I'm doing at this age. I'm giving myself room, right? Because the freedom that you have when you have when you could see $100,000 in your bank account, the amount of, that just, like, you never think you'd get there until you do. And then when you do, you think you're gonna be like all relaxed. I am relaxed now. Like, don't get me wrong. In some ways, though, I'm relaxed that I made that, and now I'm like, okay, well, if I fuck up for the next 2 years, I'll be okay. If I could mess up 5 years, $100,000, you know how you could survive off $100,000. Okay, I promise you. You need to give yourself leverage. If you have, like, I just spoke to one of my friends, and this is a perfect example. He was talking to me. He has I won't point names, but he has a old, Infinity, and he loves the car, but he wants to get rid of it. It's paid off. He doesn't have to pay anything on the car, anything. It's paid off, and he's like, "Oh, I want to get an AMG." I'm like, "Okay, let me talk to him about this, right? So why do you want to get an AMG?" He's like, "Oh, well, I just want a faster car. I want a cooler car. Blah 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 blah." Okay, how much money do you have? I'm like, you gotta be real, bro. If you're gonna have these conversations with your friends, you have to be real with them. If you cannot have these conversations financially with your friends or family, they're either not a real friend or not a real family, because it's important, right? It's important for me to express these things to my friends, right? My close friends. I wouldn't talk about this to regular, people that I don't really hang out with. Because it's out of love. Because I know where I want that kid to be, right? I know where I want my friend to be. But no one will have that raw, deep conversation with them, So you have to have it. It's very important. He told me, well, I want to get a new car. I want to get the AMG. I'm like, okay, so how much money do you have? And he's like, oh, I got like $35,000 in the bank. I'm like, okay. Well, the car you want is $40,000, right? So you're about to put yourself in debt. He's like, oh, no, but I can afford the monthly. I'm like, oh, that's fine, bro. That's fine. You can afford the monthly. That makes sense. But it's the problems that come with that monthly, right? It's an older AMG, which means older problems, right? Car is expensive nonetheless. You're going to put $15,000 down. Gas is expensive. The parts are expensive. If you break that AMG, you got to get a part from Germany. You can't get it here. These are things that you have to think about. So we had a, deep conversation about it, and just, where he wants to be in the future, and, like, financially. Like, do you want to move out the house? Yeah, I want to move out the house. Okay. So why are you getting a car? You have a beautiful car. It runs, nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Have these deep conversations, right? Have them with yourself. If you're in the position, have the conversation with yourself. Do I need this car? Do I need to buy this bag? Do I need to spend $1,000 on these shoes? Like, you don't. At the end of the day, the answer is going to be you don't. And I've learned through the mistakes, okay? So I'm not just saying it because, oh, this youngin' doesn't know what he's talking about. He don't know how to spend money, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. You could think that. But I've been there, right? I've made a lot of money, and I've spent a lot of money, okay? I've made $10,000, and I've spent the $10,000, just like this, like that, because it can go, food, travel, dumb fucking purchases, shoes, clothes, like, designer, like, it doesn't mean anything. You can buy that shit to look cool, right? And you think it's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be a baller after bro, that shit is not gonna fill nothing in your heart. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Not a single fucking thing. Nope. Alright? Not a single thing. I promise you it won't. You're gonna buy the shoe, you're gonna get that dopamine hit, and it's over. You're gonna be like, okay, why the fuck did I buy that, right? And then you sell them a year later, and shit drops $600 in value because it's not really worth what it's worth, okay? People are printing money out here, bro, and you guys are out here slaving away to, $20 an hour, whatever, which is cool. I respect everyone hardworking. But to go out and, work 15 hours and spend all that money on a fucking bag, on a fucking hoodie, on a fucking spider hoodie, to say, yo, I got the new fucking $300 spider hoodie? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like for real? Just be cautious with your expenses, man. Just think. That's all I'm telling y'all. Just think before you do, right? Because when I think before I do, especially with expenses, with purchases, the amount of money that I've saved and put somewhere else in investments, and put here and put there, and put myself in a better situation long term, because I know when I'm 30 years old, I don't got to worry about money, right? In 8 years, I don't, because I know what I'm doing. It's not if, it's if I follow what I'm doing and keep progressing in my business and keep saving and investing my money, and I don't buy that fucking $150,000 car, and I don't buy the $1 million house, and put a mortgage, and like, I already have it. Like, I already have it, right? And you guys can have that too. You can have the same exact image. Me having that conversation with my friend today, it made me realize that, like, you could actually all have that mindset. Like, some people just don't got it, but when I spoke to him, he completely understood. Like, it like went through his ear and it stayed. Like, it stayed, and he really, like, you could see that it clicked, right? And that's really what made me make this video, because I hope, like, someone younger than me, or even older, bro, like, you could be 40 still, like, fucking up, and that's okay, because I know a lot of people like that, right? People just don't know how to spend their money appropriately, and it doesn't really matter what age. You think these older heads, they got it all figured out, and they don't, bro. There's a lot that do, but there's also a lot that don't. So just be aware. Put your money in smarter options, okay? And if you don't know where to invest, don't even, like, just put it away. Then put it in the savings, okay? Because it's better than spending it. I'll tell you that much. It's better than spending it.